we are going to talk about 3 quick ways to break into AI if you are a software engineer. Model Context Protocol is nothing but a JSON standard for AI communication. This is the standard JSON for AI request to an MCP server. I have something called Taskmaster. Now, Taskmaster is for task management. If I have a really complex project, you need to learn context engineering. Not just learn it, but live it. Any LLM will first gather information from various sources, whether that be the internet, your code base, or any such thing. Imagine that your AI just has become 10x powerful simply because of one single context engineered prompt. Good day everyone, and hello to all. Today we are going to talk about 3 quick ways to break into AI if you are a software engineer. The first one is building an MCP server for your enterprise data. Now, we all have seen databases that are highly secure, tightly coupled to the business process, and they all have data custodians who will never allow the data to be sent to an LLM for training. Now, how do we handle that situation? We still want GenAI to be integrated into our solutions, but we don't want GenAI to take our data into their training data sets. Well, to do that, you build an MCP server. Now, Model Context Protocol is nothing but a JSON standard for AI communication. Think HTTP for AI. HTTP is the standard protocol for communication between your browser and the internet, with HTML being the language of the communication. Similarly, MCP defines a standard for communication between your AI, your LLM, and your end systems. Okay, with JSON as the standard language. So basically, you are able to give AI access to your data with security, governance, and logging built in. This is the standard JSON for AI request to an MCP server. Pause the video, go through it, and you will see that it is fairly simple to understand, and it is fairly easy, simple JSON. Similarly, you have a response to the MCP server. Again, pause the video, go through this JSON, and you will understand how simple it is and how MCP is just one standardized JSON that the entire industry has agreed to follow. The second way is you should be able to set up an agentic workflow, something that allows you to do AI pair programming and vibe coding. Now, everyone will have their own different agentic workflows. So what I'll do is, I'll talk about my agentic workflow, how I daily my data science into my data science coding. So firstly, I have VS Code as my IDE. I have purchased the subscription for GitHub Copilot. However, you don't need to spend money. There are a lot of open source options available, such as Roo and Klein as well, that can be integrated directly into VS Code. Then I have something called Taskmaster. Now, Taskmaster is for task management. If I have a really complex project, it breaks down the entirety of the project into multiple small tasks that the AI does individually. Now, the advantage of this approach is that the AI has much smaller context. Instead of the entirety of the project, the AI is just looking to close one single task. Next, I have something called Mem0, which allows for a persistent memory. Each conversation I have, even after 2 months, 1 year, I can start that conversation from that point itself. So this allows for a memory layer for the LLM. Lastly, I have something called CodeRabbit. Again, this is a paid subscription, but again, there are a lot of open source options available. You don't need to pay the money. This allows for code review. It goes through the entirety of the code folder, reviews the code structure, reviews the code quality, reviews if there are going to be any bugs beforehand, reviews if there are going to be any breaking points or issues beforehand. So Using this as an inspiration, I urge you guys to go through the internet, search for multiple open source options available, and create your own agentic coding workflow. Lastly, you need to learn context engineering. Not just learn it, but live it. So, what is context engineering? Context engineering is the art and science of providing AI the right information at the right time. This will obviously give you the best results. Think that you are building an assistant for your AI assistant. If I talk about your AI assistant, let's talk about the workflow. So, any LLM will first gather information from various sources, whether that be the internet, your code base, or any such place. Then, the next step would be to filter only the relevant information for the current task at hand. Then, you combine the relevant information with the user query. That is what your AI assistant does. Finally, it provides a response. With context engineering, you provide instructions for each and every step, how to achieve each and every step, how to gather information, how to find relevant information, how to combine the user query with the relevant information, and how to provide a response. Now, imagine that your AI just has become 10x powerful simply because of one single context engineered prompt. Well, that's it for today. We're going to provide you articles around this, and yeah, stay tuned for that. Thank you.